Okay, so it's Ben from the Coding Geek again. If you did get stuck on the problem, had any issues, or if you got it to work and just wanted to compare my result to yours, well, I'm not just going to show it to you, I'm actually going to code it. So we're going to create an integer array called grades, or test grades. It's going to have 10 subscripts. Now, in it, we're gonna have a for loop. I'm gonna create it stands for index 0. So, well, I is less than or equal to 9, I plus plus. So, in here, we're going to use cin, or we're going to output a prompt to the user, because you don't just want to get input. The user will be wondering, oh, what am I typing in? We want to you will prompt the user for input. So we're going to say, please enter a value for test grade, and we're going to put I, so that way it shows which subscript of the array we're inputting into, and we're just going to have a colon for nice formatting, I guess. New line. Okay, now we're going to input test grades I. We're going to input to the same place that it outputs, the same subscript that it says that we're going to input into. Now we're going to output before the loop the test grades for your student. We're assuming that this is a teacher's using this program. Are do line, and this is inside the for loop. So we don't want to output that every time we output a test grade. So this is basically the same loop as above. We're just using it to output. So we're going to do cout test grade I. And we don't want a new line here, because it would look better for formatting. Oh, and we need to put the test grade. So that would be test grades I. So that's for outputting it. And I guess you didn't have to do this, but we can have an average of all the test grades, just to be fancy. Average, or we can have another for loop for this. I int I equals 0. And the reason we're declaring it all these times, I, every time, is because when you declare a variable in a for loop, it's only used in the scope of the for loop. So we could just declare it at the top, and we could just set I to 0 every time. I'm declaring it in each one. This is what I usually do, but it's up to you. Again, the same type of loop, and we're just going to set average plus equals, so that's, I'm not sure if I went over this before, but that's adding to the value that average already has. We should set it to 0 at the beginning, so we might have some issues. Average plus equals test grades I. And so that doesn't have any outputting, that's just a for loop to assign values, and then we could output the average for your student is average. Then we could set average equals average divided by, we have 10. Okay, 10 values. And let's save it, build it, and run it. So test grade 0, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Now let's do 50, 50, 50, 50. Now if this works correctly, we should get an average of 75. And it did work. So that's what your program should look like. If you have any questions about why something didn't work, you can comment on the video. That's it for this project, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.